What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gotham After Show. It's your boy, Devon. Again, David here, Vi, and welcome back to the illustrious Tommy, who we have missed you for a while.
Good to be back. Can't keep me in jail for too long, can ya? Work release! Work release!
Yes, you cannot keep him locked up. He is an intense character. So, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe now to the YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, and any other forms of social media that we're trying to keep up on, okay? And also follow the little hashtag. Let me see if I can get it right there. Whatever just popped up right here, follow that. Each time somebody comes on the screen, tell us what you got to say. And don't forget the hashtag GothamAS.
Oh, yeah.
So, what did everybody think of today's episode? It was an interesting one, was it not?
It was interesting. And that's funny because you used the word interesting, and I feel like interesting has become the word that people use when they don't want to outright insult something. But I think it's tough because last episode was amazing, and this one was like solid. But like last episode, written by Ben Edlund, I guess, who's like who's the guy that did like The Tick. He was a producer on Supernatural, and now he stepped on to be a producer on Gotham, which is exciting. That last episode was ridiculous. This one was good too, but it's tough because I loved that last one.
This episode for me, well, I'm good to be back, was like a soup with a few too many ingredients. There was like so many characters, so many stories, so many revelations, so many cliffhangers. I don't need, like, I feel like Gotham does that to us every week. Like, just give us, like, there was like 6 false endings to this week's episode. It was like, this is the big dramatic climax. Then this is the big dramatic climax. Oh, but now here's a scene with Bruce Wayne crying in front of a fire. And last but not least, Jim Gordon walking down an alley like he's finally a bad guy, although he's not, obviously, but being treated like one of the mob bosses that they so frequently show on the show.
Man.
I don't know. It just, to me, it was like someone made a gumbo and they couldn't decide on which meat to put in there, so they just threw it all in. And while I'm a big fan of meats, sometimes too much meat can be too much meat.
Cannot lie.
There
I
is
like
such
that
a thing.
analogy because I am a huge gumbo fan.
Sure.
And I like to have all the meats thrown in there.
Yeah.
So it was a bad analogy for the episode because then I was like, but I don't want the episode to be like that.
Right.
Let's see what she was getting at.
Right, okay.
But we'll break down this episode. So
Yeah.
I like to just start off with how it started with, of course, 50 Shades of Fish. Did we not see strapped up with the blindfold?
Oh my gosh, that was totally BDSM.
Yes,
Oh my gosh!
it
And
was.
again, you know that like I'm like a broken record about a lot of things, and one of them is like the hypersexualization of all the female characters on this show. So of course they have to make Fish getting beat up like super kinky. I don't know.
I was unusually
And it lasted
turned
only
on by
5
that.
minutes.
I know, that's the worst part. We didn't even get to see a lot of it.
Yeah, well, because Butch, of course, came into the rescue and did his thing.
I know, so nice. I was like, why don't those two get together,
Which
man?
I'm still
He is
trying to
like
figure
ride or
out how
die.
his big ass got out the back of that truck in an instant.
I know.
He looked like he was strapped up with a couple of seatbelts or something on there. Next thing you know, the dude just parked, and we just saw Butch like, he parked. And the next thing you know, he just, where did he go?
I know, right?
I'm still curious. I don't know, but he seems like a bigger guy. Truck
He's
would
a
have shook a little
magician.
bit if he was walking around, you know?
Well, the last time we saw someone disappear that stealthily was the murder of the Wayne family. And as I have said on record on this show, Butch is my #1 suspect.
No, I think so too. I
He
think
does
you're
have
right.
Murderer of the Waynes.
He does have some shiny shoes. We can't forget
Yeah.
that. And we can talk about Penguin trying to take over the establishment.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. How many? Who in one of our first episodes called that Fish Mooney's place was going to turn into
That was
the Iceberg Lounge?
Moa, and I was waiting for him to say, "Welcome to the Iceberg Lounge," and then Fish cut him off.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, "Yes!" Oh.
He did. He had his hand
That's
up
how I
and
feel every
everything.
time I
He was
see
ready.
Fish.
If only I could have taken a picture of that again, like last week when I saw you getting up and freaking out about Victor Zsasz. It would have been fun to get a picture of David as he's like, he's gonna say it, he's gonna. Oh.
Where did they say she's gonna end up going now? You know, when Butch and her had that pseudo romantic
Bullock?
kiss. Yeah, Bullock. I'm sorry.
She just said, "I'm gonna go out of town and
I'm gonna
lay
lay
low
low."
for a while."
Is she going to where
do you think she's going?
Bruce went for all that time? They going
You
Switzerland?
think she's got a chalet?
It's
In
a
the chalet?
timeshare.
Yeah.
The Wayne family and the Mooney family timeshare.
They have a timeshare to go out there and chill at.
Right.
But as far as foreshadowing, okay, how do you think Fish's absence is now going to affect the whole Maroni-Falcone war that's going on with Penguin right there in the middle?
Well, if we know anything from this show, we know her absence will last 10 minutes into next week's episode. And then she will return to Gotham, a woman refreshed somehow, despite no time having passed. Probably a new army of minions.
Of course.
And
Nice.
I think
Sexy
that
minions.
I think that what's going to end up happening is Maroni and Fish are now going to get into bed together, whether literally or figuratively. And then it will be Falcone and Penguin and Maroni and Fish, kind of a reversal. But no, at the top, as we all know, the one person who has the jump on everybody is always the Penguin.
Always.
So
I think Victor Zsasz is gonna take Butch home. He's gonna pull out his little toy box full of knives, and he's gonna make Butch turn on Fish, and he's gonna be like, "Where would she go?" And then Victor Zsasz is gonna go take care of her.
Yeah,
He did have the knife face, like the I get to play with my
He's
knives.
like, "Let's
face
bring him
going on.
home
Yeah.
and bring out our toys."
Now, I mean, when you got 3 women on you like that at all times, he might. I'm trying to see figuratively or literally.
Now he's
what
down
kind of
to
toys
2.
he's talking about.
Now
Oh,
he's
that's
down to
right.
two.
You lost
And they
it.
were so emotionless. They just stepped over the wounded one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was just,
Well, Zsasz showed some emotion. You see him? He was like,
he's like, nah, I gotta replace
he went
this
back
one.
to it.
Oh, but no, he's good. He's good. So, as we saw, I'm not too sure though, because I'm trying to see if Zsasz is mainly just like the super bodyguard that he has going out there, the hitman. So I mean, like you said, he might be the one to take down Fish. I'm still rooting for Penguin to be the one, because as we always say, Penguin eat fish. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens when she hopefully comes back, unless your boy Zsasz gets her while she's gone, like you said.
Yeah.
But we also can't forget about the star of the show, Mr. Jim Gordon himself.
That's right.
Okay, who it's Jim Gordon versus the GCPD all over again. That's right. Okay, because for some reason none of the police want to do their job, so I don't even know how the station is acquired in the city, because it doesn't seem like it really does
well,
much.
I mean, this time it looks like Gordon's got at least half of them behind him.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything before, so I mean, he's at least making progress.
Yeah, he really had that nice, like, what is it, like the St. Crispus Henry V speech that was just like rallying everyone behind the shield, and I thought that was great. Although Essen did like totally step in to take care of him.
It's cool. I mean, I thought it was interesting to see him take down Flash, because
And speaking of that, who is Flash, for people that don't know?
all right, so Flash was Jim Gordon's original partner.
Oh.
He was created by Frank Miller, and it was in the Batman Year One line. So Flash was also one of Falcone's mob bosses. And I think, I'm trying to remember, if I remember correctly, he challenged Jim Gordon in the precinct, and so I think Jim stripped him naked and beat the snot out of him to send like a message. And like
think I
Flash
remember
like
that
never
now.
messed with him again after that. But then like Flash kind of just disappeared from the comics after that too.
Yeah.
Well, when you get stripped naked and beaten, I wouldn't come back either. So I don't blame
Is that
him.
the same one where Selina Kyle's a hooker? Is
Oh.
that Year One? Yeah,
I think so.
I think so. Anyway.
Regardless,
Yes, regardless of that,
that seems like a fun comic book to read.
it does.
It was.
And
No, but that was great to see Flash get taken down.
just out of curiosity, we saw Jim finally go back to the Penguin, which is something we haven't really seen implemented so much within the storyline, besides like the earlier episode. Now, we all know Penguin, and the most untrustworthy person on the show. And now that Jim seems to be somewhat in debt to him, do you think that's gonna come and bite him in the ass, like 2-3 episodes from now, or what?
I think for sure. One of my favorite parts of the episode was at the end where Delaware was like, leave my family, like leave my kids alone, leave my wife alone, and stuff like that. Because like I think it was really cool to see Jim realize that you get fleas when you lay down with dogs, like by playing with the Penguin. He's like, ooh, I've become what I hate, kind of.
Yeah, see, I don't know, because I think with this show, they can't end Jim and the Penguin's kind of fragile alliance too early, especially in the first season. If they're planning on going more than one season, like if the Penguin just becomes an outright bad guy to the GCPD, and Jim Gordon, then like basically they can't have these fun scenes where he comes into the precinct and kind of helps out. Because the weird thing about the world that is in Gotham right now is that mobsters really don't fear the police at all.
At all.
The only policeman that has really, up until this episode, bothered the Mafia at all has been Gordon. So now there's like 7 police officers bothering the Mafia, still not the majority. So I think I don't know that they'll burn that alliance up. I think Jim Gordon probably is upset about what happened, but I think once again the Penguin, because he's so slippery, will figure out a way to be like, I didn't tell him to do anything wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the relationship Gordon's got with the Penguin right now is a good thing, simply because look at the Gordon that's in the show right now. Do you think that's the Gordon that would have a relationship with Batman?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good
how
point.
hard up he is.
Right.
So maybe some dealings with penguins helps him crack some cases. He's got to bend some rules to get
Yeah.
things done, and that'll eventually get him to that
That's
point.
a really good point. He learns that he's going to have to like make a deal with the devil. Although, I mean, like, you know, we brought back the little one today, and I got some thoughts about how they're making this Batman. I don't know.
Let us know. Let us know. How you feel?
Okay,
Tell
well,
us how you
I
really
want to
feel.
talk about so they brought the little bat back, and I was just thinking about how like they're preparing him to be more Superman than Batman. I mean, he's such a Boy Scout. He's so well behaved, and you know, like Batman is the Dark Knight. He's supposed to be like that really kind of effed up superhero that you're like, oh, I'm not sure it was a good guy or a bad guy, and it's just like. He's in the sweater vest, and he's so well behaved. I don't know.
He broke that snow globe on the hardwood floor. You know,
He did.
If Mommy and Daddy Wayne were alive, they would be very upset with him.
They would be. They would be.
That wood can't handle that kind of water.
But then we do have to realize he is still a little young, so I mean, maybe he hasn't made that transition over into brooding man yet before he becomes a vigilante.
See, I don't know, because then they say a lot of times in the comics they say Batman belongs in Arkham himself just as much as half the people he puts there.
Precisely.
And if you have those kind of mental illnesses, like they don't just come overnight; they've built over years. We should start to see those kind of things start to develop now.
And they're building him to be a pretty wholesome kid.
All we're really seeing is an obsession with trying to find out who killed his parents.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, Selina Kyle just talking about she lying, she didn't see the thing. We've been talking about this the whole time. Like, why don't they just beat it out of her or something? You know what I'm saying? But I guess. Hopefully that was just a thing to hurt him for some reason, like I need to stay away from you type deal. That's what it seemed like.
I think that was the writers realizing they got themselves in deep water trying to figure out who killed the Bat's parents, and they're like, "This is our way with dealing with it, so people will stop asking questions because we don't know what we're gonna do with that."
Yeah. And on that note, guys, please do let us know what you think. Hashtag GothamAS, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you want, and then. Before we get back, okay, excuse me, I'm messing up my words, I'm slurring my words, I do it sometimes.
Words are tough.
But when we get back, we're Skyping right now with Candace Kelly from @GothamAddicts, who she also has a pic right here with Nicotera, excuse me. He's the one we just saw as Delaware in this episode. Good job, by the way, Nico.
That was great.
You know, it was a very good job. You know, with especially the bathtub scene, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But she's going to be on Skype with us as soon as we get back from a quick, Stream.tv commercial, I guess we call it?
Message.
Message, yes.
A fine message.
Fine message.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited. This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
Ben, the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the Stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
So, as I said, we have Candace Kelly here with us on Skype right now. So let's bring that up. Candace, Kelly, can you hear?
Hi.
What's up, girl?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Candace.
How are ya?
Good.
Good, good. So you get to lead the way with the first fan question today. Oh, yeah.
My first fan question is, so what did you guys think of Nicotera?
Oh gosh, he was great.
Oh, yeah, no, he was really
so
good.
great. I mean, both he and the actor that played Flash, I was just like, yeah, those guys are killing it.
Yeah,
Great.
Nico Terra was definitely one of the brighter sides of the episode as far as his
I thought it was pretty impressive when you think about a 1 hour drama and a guest starring role in that. That dude got to show 5 different emotions. He was a swaggering, like, you can't touch me cop. He was a badass kind of like, I will fight you.
Yeah.
He was a loving husband who just wanted to look out for his wife and kids. And then he was also like a desperate man who felt like his life was in danger.
It was like
pretty good for your acting reel.
He had a good,
those of us who are actors,
Right.
we dream about parts like that, and I thought he kind of crushed it.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
he
like,
did too. I agree.
I mean, it was like, hey, tiny little Oscar, maybe. I don't know.
What about you, David? Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was pretty good. I love his goatee too. It was pretty.
Hey, he was killing it with the
Good
goatee,
facial
though.
hair, yeah.
Hey, how did you
It's a
get that
little
picture
different
with
from
him?
the-
Where'd you meet him?
Well, I've met him a couple of times. One was at a charity event in LA, and another one was at the finale with Kurt Sutter for Sons of Anarchy, because he's one of the characters from Sons of Anarchy, as was Donal Logue many moons ago. And so it's kind of like a reunion for those guys to be back on Gotham together.
Yeah.
And I was blessed to be at the finale, watching the series finale with the whole cast. So it was great. It was tons of fun.
And what did you think of him in this episode?
I thought he was great. I mean, I just think he's a great actor. I think that that all of the actors that come from Sons of Anarchy have just a blessed environment to work with Kurt Sutter and the rest of the team there, and everything that they've gone on to do before then and after then has always been fantastic. So I'm really proud of him. I'm so glad he got to guest spot here on Gotham, and who knows, maybe he'll stay around for a while.
Yeah, well, Candace, thank you very much for your
Thank you for
contribution to
having
today's
me.
episode. And guys, don't forget to go follow at Gotham Addicts on Twitter, because I mean, I think we've messaged back and forth
IGP.
before.
Yeah, on Twitter, IG, and we've got a group, Gotham Addicts.
All right.
There you go.
You know, we enjoyed Gotham Addicts. Thanks, Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Lovely person, lovely person.
So lovely.
I'm going to tweet her a little bit more.
Yes.
Vi, you got any YouTube shout-outs for us?
Yeah, thanks for hanging out in the chat room tonight, guys. Hi, Leowen. Hi, Calvin P. Music for the radio. It's nice to see you again. You're always here. Megalith Stampede. I hear you talking about marrying Alfred. You talking about Leslie Tompkins? Tell us more about that. Tweet me. Let's talk about this. Art, Curtis Manning, Dylan Murphy. It's so good to see all of you guys. Thanks for hanging out in the chat room with us.
Yes, yes. And a couple of shout-outs to Twitter, too. We have, what was it, at Green Arrow #1 fan?
Green Arrow, yeah, at Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
One fan.
One fan. We have at Jatavian7.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, at Jatavian7. And then we also have at, what was the name? I don't want to forget you, man, so give me 1 second. Willie T. Conley, okay? Who I think tweets us regularly as well. So,
Yes, he does.
what's up, man?
And I'd like to shout out at Bam Smack Pow. Rock solid,
Yes.
retweeting us every week. What a great group of guys and gals.
We love
Thank
you.
you at Bam Smack Pow. Good friends of the show, eh?
Yes, yes, yes. So, on that note, on the fan question #2 from, of course, at Willie T. Conley.
Hey, Willie.
He says, since Loeb and Flash appeared on Gotham, do you think Gordon will get another partner? David, I'm going to give that one to you.
It's like, they're
Loeb
going
and
to throw me under the
Flash
bus.
Gotham. He's got Bullock's his partner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
You don't gotta
see
get
it.
mad about it, David.
No, I mean, come on, we can't get rid of Bullock. Bullock's, you know,
He's your favorite, right?
he's a staple character in the show now. We can't get rid of
Although
him.
good police dramas do often separate the partnerships that we love, so that when they
Yes,
reunite,
true.
it's
But that's
very
not till like
satisfying.
the end of season 2 when they get in a fight or some crap. You know, it's not
Yeah,
like
who knows? I mean, it would
Yeah,
sure,
do it
it
in
would
the
sure,
beginning.
like, I think, like, you know, create for some awesome conflict, because I think that we're all falling in love with this relationship that Gordon and Bullock have right now. So,
Well, I mean, they already fell apart once, and then all of a sudden,
And
10
then the
minutes,
Duchess of
10 minutes
Devonshire brought
later,
them
Bullock
back.
comes back in drunk and says, "I love you, man." It's like a bromance all
That's
over
what
again.
the Duchess of Devonshire will do to you. She
right.
turned
That is
him
what
out.
her love will
he
do.
came back to Gordon and was like, you know what? I've learned my lesson. Thanks, the Duchess.
for
I
real.
forgot about the Duchess.
I'm gonna go
Women's
use
love
your
is
bed.
healing.
On to fan question #3 from at Bert Cleaverhook. Hopefully I said that right.
Hey, Bert.
Do you think the Penguin could kill his own mother so that he has no weaknesses that people could use against him? Vi?
Okay, because I'm obsessed with Carol Kane. She's so great. So I thought that when she was like dancing around the club and she was having so much fun, I was like, Fish is gonna come in and Fish is gonna go pow pow, and then all of a sudden Carol Kane's gonna go pow. because I'm super morbid, but I was just like, that would crush the Penguin, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I saw happening.
I feel like that would crush you just as much as the Penguin.
You're probably right.
I might be wrong, but I'm not getting the Penguin's obsession with his mother as strong. I mean, I think she's a character that exists. I think he seems almost more annoyed by her.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, you know, she is his only family that we know of. But I don't get, like, I mean, the way Carmine Falcone was like, you used my mother against me and then strangled Liza last week. I mean, we saw a Penguin get pretty pissed off when his mom stole his thunder a little bit. I could see him offing his own mother and kind of cementing himself as a real psychopath.
So you agree with Bert? What he's asking, could he kill his own mom?
Yeah, I mean, I would see that more than another character killing her. Like, I just...
That's probably true. I think I agree with you.
I think definitely, well, whether he... I mean, I can't honestly speculate whether he's going to kill her herself or Fish is going to kill her, but I do think she's going to die. Because, like, I don't know, like, you look at Penguin and, like, through the comics and, like, through the characters, and, like, then you look at the Penguin in this show, and the one in this show is kind of a pansy a little bit. Like, yeah, he's smart, but, like, when people buck up to him, like, he's bowing, he's kissing, and, you know, he's afraid, he's terrified, and he's kind of, you know, wimpy. But then you, like, look at, like, the Penguin, like, in the comics, and, like, yo, he don't play that.
But he's always physically
he does, though. He's always
stout, too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I know, Penguin's always been, I think that he rolls over sometimes. Like, I'm trying to think of what I was reading recently, and yeah, there was one where he's just like, yes, fine, okay.
Well, hopefully that answered your question, Bert. You know, we tried our best. And Vi, I know you have some fan art or some cosplay.
Thank you so much. I got some good fan art on Twitter this week, but give me more, I'm hungry. Okay, so speaking of Carol Kane, super excited she's on this episode because I have a super cool picture of her from, I forget the artist's name, Mad Gita. Let's take a look at this super cool picture. It's called Mother Knows Best by Mad Gita on DeviantArt. And oh my gosh, Mad Gita has like the neatest Gotham fan art. If you like Gotham fan art, you need to check out her DeviantArt page. And also then we have some super cool cosplay of Penguin by another chick. How cool. Gender bending cosplay. I love it. Penguin cosplay by Glitzer Vampire on DeviantArt.
Glitzer Vampire.
Wasn't that nice?
Nice
cool.
cosplay, Glitzer.
Yeah, but send me more. Or even better, you guys, just hashtag GothamAS and we'll all see it and we'll all love it. And we'll share it.
I just think those Penguin's bangs are easier to get for a woman.
Yeah,
you almost have those bangs tonight, David.
Almost. Almost. I told him it was the Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire, but I think the Penguin bangs is more relatable.
Yeah.
And on that note, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Gotham After Show. Like I said, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and also don't forget to use the hashtag GothamAS. Whenever you tweet, Facebook, anything that you have to say, questions, statements, facts, anything you got to contribute, we'll throw you in shout out on here. And then I don't really know what I just said. It said shout out on here.
You said we'll throw you a shout out on here.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Tommy.
Yes.
And see you next week, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye. Till then.
Goodbye.